Commander? I heard a noise. I thought young Jim might be in here.
Oh, I saw him down the orchard a couple of minutes ago, Gate. If you're after him.
Oh, no, Commander. No, I wasn't after him. I just wondered what he was doing in here.
Well, he's not here, is he?
Well, then, no, sir. Anything I can do for you, Commander?
No, that's all right, Gates. I was just sorting out a few sound flower pots. You know, the Women's Winch Institute. They put out an appeal for them.
Women's Institute, sir?
Yeah, want to sell potted plants. Their Christmas fair this year.
That'll be Mrs. Fredericks on the warpath.
As soon as the parish council meeting ended last night, Major Fredericks was up on his feet, urging members to give pots, as though you were asking them to give their blood.
Yes, sir. Well, they do say in the village, sir, that Mrs. Fredericks is a very determined lady.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, Mrs. Gates is quite frightened of her. She got a real ticking off last summer for not pricing her cakes properly for the village fete. Oh, yeah, she's a holy terror, is Mrs. Fredericks.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. So the least I can do for Major Fredericks is rustle up one or two pots for him.
Oh, well, I could do that for you, Commander.
No, it's all right, Gates. I just wanted to get out of the house for an hour. No, it's quite pleasant, just pottering about in here.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Was he there?
Who?
Was Jim in the potting shed having a spelling lesson from Miss Liz like he thought?
Oh, no, he wasn't. The Commander was in there by himself, sorting out flower pots for the WI. At Mrs. Fredericks.
Oh, by the way, Fred, did you manage to do that bedside table lamp for the blue dressing room?
Yes, I did. I've mended the connection and plugged it in. Let's hope Miss Phyllis's gentleman guest doesn't feel the cold. It's chilly in that room.
Well, it's bound to be. Hasn't been used since before the funeral. Anyway, I've popped a hot water bottle in to air the bed.
Warm it up a bit, you mean?
Yes.
I reckon Miss Phyllis could do that for him, eh?
Fred Gates, what a thing to say.
Go on. Don't tell me he's not her latest fancy man. She wouldn't bring a gentleman up here for the weekend unless she was gone on him, not Miss Phyllis.
That's none of our business, Fred.
Coming up tomorrow, are they?
Yes, motoring up in her car. They'll be here in time for lunch. Anyway, those were my instructions. She telephoned from London this morning.
The Commander's away shooting all next week. Lord Sedgefield's place near Stockbridge in Hampshire. Starting first thing Monday morning.
So I hear. Well, with a bit of luck then, Miss Phil and her gentleman friend should be gone by evening. Here, I say, how did you hear that the Commander was away shooting next week? I've not been told that.
How does anyone hear of anything in this house?
Nanny, eh? Yeah. Do you know, Nanny reckons that Mr. Poole lives in France, and Miss Phyllis flew over there in his aeroplane the other week to visit him.
Not a froggy, is he?
Oh, no, he can't be with a name like Poole.
Sounds as if he got a bit of money.
Yes, well, all I know is that Miss Phil had think twice who she brought up here for the weekend if Mrs. Bourne were here.
Yes. Well, she's not, is she?
No, most a pity.
Well, I'll go and make sure that Jim's cleared a place in the garage for Miss Phil's Buick. It'll mean moving Miss Lizzie's Hornet out the way.
Well, that could do with a bit of a run. It's been laid there all this time.
Yeah, well, she'll have it out this weekend, I expect.
She's not coming till late, did you know?
Yes, I did. And I'm not fetching her off the train.
How's she going to get here, then?
Well, she's driving up with young Mr. Carland in his car.
Oh, is she?
She is. And you're thinking what Nanny's thinking. But I mind my own business, don't I?
Hello, darling. I was just beginning to wonder where you were.
I'm sorry, but we left my digs on time, but we got held up.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope we haven't kept you up.
No, come in, Peter, not at all. They've got yourselves here safe and sound, that's the main thing.
No sooner had we left Enid's flat than we ran slap into a Spanish Civil War procession.
Wow.
All the traffic in Bloomsbury was at a standstill for hours.
Hordes of people marching along in a long column shouting arms for Spain, with banners and hammers and sickles on them.
It took us 45 minutes to get from Tavistock Square into Euston Road.
Oh, come over to the fire, get yourself warm.
Thank you, sir.
I suppose they want the British government to send all our tanks and aeroplanes over to Spain and help defeat General Franco.
I wish they'd send my auxiliary Air Force squadron over there. Give us a chance to put into practice what we were trained for. Have a shot at the Boche.
Peter.
The tragic farce about the whole thing is, you know, that all these young bearded communists marching about London, shouting for us to arm the Republicans in Spain. They tend to shout even louder when anyone suggests we should arm ourselves against the fascist dictators.
Now, Daddy. We agreed never to discuss Gwillem.
Who's Gwillem?
Oh, he's a young Welsh archaeologist who came here once, some time ago. Argued with Daddy about rearmament.
No, I'm not talking about Gwilym, Liz. I'm simply commenting on the inconsistency of these hammer and sickle blocks.
Now.
Yeah, let's change the subject, shall we? Oh, would you like to have a bit of brandy? Warm yourselves up a bit?
That suited me very well, sir.
Me too, Daddy, please.
I'm very glad you could get up here tonight, sir. Your Aunt Phyllis and this new friend of hers, they're lunching with us tomorrow.
Ah, the famous Jack Poole.
Oh, he's famous, is he? Well, now, you can put me straight on something. This chap Poole is the fellow she went off to Le Touquet with.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Is he not?
Yes, that's right. He lives over there. Well, more or less. He's got a villa over there. But he does seem to spend quite a lot of time in London, or has done for the last couple of months.
And where does he stay when he comes over here? At his club or with friends?
I'm not quite sure, actually.
He's a very colourful sort of character, Mr. Poole, isn't he, Liz?
Oh, yes, he's very colourful.
You've met him too, have you, Peter?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, he has. And Vicky. Phil invited us over for cocktails earlier in the week, and he was there.
Ah, I seem to be the only member of the family who hasn't met him. No doubt he's being paraded for my inspection.
Probably. Oh, Daddy, you must get him to tell you about aeroplanes. There's nothing he doesn't know about aviation.
Ah, civil aviation. Not my kind.
Oh, and Phil is suddenly mad about flying. She talks of nothing else.
Luckily, they had a very smooth trip over to Le Touquet and back. A bumpy ride in a puss-moth might have dampened your aunt's enthusiasm somewhat.
Yes, she'd have been sick for sure.
Oh, no, I'm not so sure about that. Your Aunt Phil, very good sailor, you know. Survived some very nasty storms in the Irish Sea, trip back from Cairo when she was a girl. Now, this Mr. Jack Poole, what does he actually do?
Well, he plays roulette and baccarat at the casino at Le Touquet. I think probably has an infallible system or something.
Oh, good Lord, doesn't he work?
But he doesn't have to. Daddy, he's a terrific sportsman. He plays golf, tennis, skis, polo, everything.
Well, if he's unemployed during the day, he'd have time to, wouldn't he?
And then he's living in the casino at night. Huh?
I'm not so sure that I like him, you know.
Well, you will when you meet him. He's great fun.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
Well, I must be going.
Oh, yes, of course, in case your father and Rosie wonder where you are.
Oh, Daddy, Peter's very kindly asked me over to lunch tomorrow. Is that all right?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I just thought perhaps with Phil and Jack Poole arriving.
Oh, I shall receive them with due ceremony, as long as you're back in time to rescue me at dinner.
Oh, she will be. I'm not abducting her forever, just for lunch. Anyway, thank you for the brandy, sir. Hope I don't bump into our gatepost on the way in.
Good night, Peter.
Good night, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for driving me up and everything.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Whoops.
So, see you tomorrow, about 1.
Fine. Don't come out. It's too cold. Good night.
Good night.
Well, come and talk to your poor, lonely old father. Would you rather go up?
No, Daddy, not yet. And please, don't say things like that. You know how I feel about deserting you.
Darling, I'm only joking. I'm all right, really. Ask Gates. There's plenty to do.
I am glad.
Oh, thank you. How's life at the Royal Free? Huh? You saved any lives lately?
Oh, at least 5 last week.
They're keeping you busy, are they?
Oh, very. I have to be there at 7:30 for day duty. Gosh, the ward rounds are absolutely nerve-wracking. The doctors fire these questions at you so fast, and it's terribly embarrassing if you can't answer them. The other day, a group of us were being shown over a woman.
Shown over a woman? What, I mean, like a ship?
Yes, literally shown over her. All over her, poor creature. She had third-degree burns everywhere, and I was asked what was the first thing I should do if I were faced with a patient just brought in. Well, my mind went quite blank. I just stood there, and all the other students looked at me, and the doctor and the woman, and I knew that they couldn't dress her again until I'd answered the question. And there she was, lying there in front of us all with nothing on. And then I remembered, thank God.
Well, what was the answer?
Ascertain whether or not any vital internal organs are damaged. Oh, and then the poor woman muttered, "Thank the Lord that she wasn't on duty when I come in." And then I went bright red. It wasn't really very funny.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. You know, if you're going to be a doctor, don't lose your sense of humour, because you're going to need it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Are you going to be a doctor?
Oh, Daddy, I'm not sure.
Oh, you were, weren't you?
Well, things can change.
Do I take it you've been seeing rather a lot of Peter in London?
Yes, quite a lot. Well, Enid's always going out to lectures and things, and, well, Peter's the only young man in London I know now, really. He's terribly kind. We go to cinemas and dine in little restaurants in Soho. And if I'm off duty on Sundays, we go to the park or museums or the zoo or something. Well, he's got a car, and he's fun to be with.
And do you like him?
What you're really asking is, am I keen on him?
No, certainly not, dear. I'm not trying to pry.
Oh, of course you won't. Well, the answer is I don't know. I love being with him. Well, he's company. He's very knowledgeable and attentive. And after all, he's almost one of the family now, isn't he?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that.
Well, his stepmother being an old friend of yours and the Cartlands being our closest neighbours. Daddy, I don't know whether he's in love with me or whether I'm in love with him. We haven't quite got to that. We're just fond of each other. But if by some chance of fate we found that we were in love and wanted to be engaged, wouldn't it be what Mummy would have called a suitable match?
Not necessarily, Liz. Living near a young man in the country and having parents who know each other, it's no guarantee against the failure of a marriage. You know, sometimes the most unsuitable marriages turn out to be the best. I married my house master's daughter. Some people consider it totally unsuitable. But we got along pretty well.
Yes.
No, there are other, much more important factors.
Such as?
Respect for one another, understanding and tolerance, unselfishness, common ideals and interests.
And love.
Yes, and love.
How are Mr. and Mrs. Cartland, by the way?
Well, I don't see very much of them these days. Oh, of course, you'll be seeing him, and if you're lunching over there tomorrow. There's, of course, Geoffrey Cartland's out hunting.
I rather hope he is.
Why?
But I find him difficult to talk to.
Really?
Well, just a bit. Well, I don't know.
Yes, do I take it from that you don't like him very much?
No, not much.
Well, hadn't you better start getting to like him? If you're thinking of marrying his son?
I never said that. Daddy, I think I'll go upstairs now. I'm tired.
All right. Good night.
Daddy, would you be very honest with me?
Oh, I'll try.
Do you like Peter and his father?
Now, must I answer that question?
Yes, it might make a difference to me.
I've no reason to dislike Geoffrey Cartland. No, he's worked very hard at his firm, you know, made a success of it, and made Rosie happy, as far as one can see. And Peter? Well, he's very good-mannered. I went to a damn good school, you know, reasonably intelligent and reliable. No, there's nothing wrong with the boy. If you want to go out with him in London or up here, that's all right with me. Liz, you're of age now. Your life is yours. All I demand of you is your own happiness.
Thank you. That makes everything much easier. Good night.
When I've done the boiler, I'll mend the ironing board for you, Eileen. I've been meaning to do it all week.
I wish you would, Fred. And then will you take it up to Nanny? She's got a pile of ironing to do up there.
Morning, Mrs. Gates. Morning, Gates.
Oh, morning, miss.
No, don't get up. I only came in to say that we'll be free for lunch today.
Oh, Miss Phyllis and the gentleman not coming then?
Oh, yes, they are, but I'll be lunching over at Layford Park.
Oh, very good, miss. Is Miss Vicky not coming this weekend?
Oh, no, Mrs. Gates. She's staying in London. Some party that she and Laura have been invited to. Oh, Gates, the commander had to rush out and see Frank Chapman. He asked me to say that he may need another 500 cartridges for next week. And also, would you check and get out his guns?
I've already done that, miss, and he's all right for cartridges. I've put 2 lots in bags, and I've left the rest in boxes. Oh, he'll be ready to start first thing Monday morning.
Good. Thank you, Gates.
Liz!
Me?
Huh? Oh, there you are. Here's dear Cartland Minor, as your grandfather would say.
Morning, Peter. Did you hit the gatepost last night? Good. You what? Why? What's happened? All right, well, you come here then. Yes. Peter, is somebody ill? All right, well, I'll see you about 1 then. Bye.
He's a persistent young man.
Daddy, can Peter come over here for lunch instead of me going over there?
Oh, yes, of course. What's up?
I don't know. He said something had blown up. Funny expression.
Oh, it's not the kitchen boiler, I hope.
No, he sounded serious and rather upset. He was talking quietly as though he didn't want to be overheard.
Well, I guess he's had a tip with his father-in-law or with Rosie. I say, we didn't get him tight last night, did we? I mean, only had 1 glass of brandy when he was here.
No, Peter drinks very little for a young man of his age.
Well, we can't be accused of corrupting him, though.
Well, I wish I knew what was happening. I hate not knowing.
Oh, you just have to be patient. Wait and see. Oh, there you are. Oh, there's a car now. Here already. 30 seconds from Layford to Larkfield.
It'll be Phyllis and Jack Poole.
Oh, Lord. Yes, yes, it will be.
Hello, Phil. Oh, it's me, darling, as you can see.
Down there.
Accompanied by Jack Poole and his travelling sports shop. Now, I told him there was no fishing and the nearest golf was 18 miles away. But he wants to convince us all he's a hale and hearty outdoor man and not a Mayfair lounge lizard. Isn't that right, Jack?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Anyway, my brother, Arthur Bourne, Jack Poole.
How do you do?
Hello. Well, look, I'll get our man to take some of that. Oh, Gates, could you take Mr. Poole's golf clubs and some of that stuff, put it in the gun room?
Thanks awfully.
Well, you must come and sit down a minute, unless you like to wash or
Take care of the
something.
gun. No, no, I'm all right, thanks.
I must say it's very nice to meet you at last. I was only just saying to my daughter, I'm the only member of the family who hasn't had the pleasure.
I was sure you were going to say I've heard so much about you.
Well, I was, actually.
There you are. Your fame has spread all the way to Herefordshire, darling.
Well, Liz, you've got time off from tending the halt in the lane?
Oh, just the weekend.
Is that woman dead yet? The one you told me about in your ward with pneumonia?
Oh, Mrs. Haynes, no. She was discharged yesterday.
Oh, I think it's time for a glass of sherry, don't you?
Oh, it must be. Come and sit down, Jack.
Well, how was the journey up?
We've done marvels, considering we left London an hour later than intended.
Due, I fear, to a somewhat festive evening with too much bubbly.
You speak for yourself. It wasn't me who crashed into the bandstand and knocked the trumpet player's music over.
Oh, good Lord.
Hey, that's a bit below the belt.
We went to the Florida. It was packed as usual. I think everyone in London must have been there. Jack simply knocked the trumpet player's music over. The stand toppled off the little platform and clattered onto the glass dance floor, which incidentally goes round and round like a gramophone record.
This poor bemused trumpeter kept on playing, by ear, I suppose, while waiters appeared and helped us collect all the bits.
I'm afraid, you're going to find things rather dull and quiet here after London.
Well, that's just what we need, isn't it, Phil?
What, dullness and quietness?
For the rain, a little peace and rest.
Yes, sir. It's been quite a hectic few weeks, hasn't it?
She takes a lot of keeping up with your sister. She's given 4 cocktail parties in the last 3 weeks, and we've dined out and danced every night. She's wearing me out. You'll have to get yourself a younger chap, Phil. I can't stand the pace. I'm too old.
Thanks.
Personally, I'm absolutely useless unless I get 8 hours sleep every night.
Well, I usually feel a little sleepy towards midnight, but if I'm enjoying myself, then I get a second wind.
Well, I'm afraid there's certainly nothing to stay up for here after midnight, is there, Liz?
Oh, no, nothing exciting ever happens here.
Anybody think he'd come here for a month's holiday?
What's he like?
Bit brash looking, if you ask me. Oh, and you should have seen the gear. Golf clubs, fishing rods, pair of guns, shooting stick loose in the car. And he's not that young, neither.
I like a chap who's, well, you know, sporting.
If you ask me, it's all show. Looks to me more the type for indoor games, that chap.
Fred, don't be vulgar.
Yes, we land at Burke, a few kilometres along the coast, and we take a taxi into Le Touquet from there.
Jack's flying me to Paris for Whitsun, aren't you?
Yes. Heston to Le Bourget, just under 2 hours. That's faster than old Imperial Airways or Air France. And with a private aeroplane, you get through customs more easily.
Oh, you must fly up here sometime.
I'd love to. Find a field big enough to land in.
I'm sure Geoffrey Cartland has enough land to build his own aerodrome.
Yes, but why on earth should Geoffrey Cartland want to build an aerodrome?
Oh, he might want to one of these days. You never know.
That'll be Peter.
How do you know? Have you got second sight?
He's coming to lunch.
No, Liz was going over there, but then Peter decided to come over here instead.
Prefers Mrs. Gates' cooking to the Layford chef, huh?
Well, I don't think it's that. Oh, come in, Peter.
Hello, Peter. Nice surprise.
Slight change of plan. Hello?
Oh, you remember Peter Cartland, don't you, Jack?
Absolutely. How's tricks?
All right, thanks.
Got a weekend off flying, have you? Not surprised. Weather's pretty foul for aviation at the moment. I thought of bringing Phil up as far as Bristol in my old crate and training on from there, but the Met Office wouldn't recommend it. Fog about, you know, so we came up in her old jalopy instead.
Jack Poole, don't you dare call my Buick an old jalopy. I think you better go upstairs, see your room, and wash your hands for lunch, if everybody will excuse us.
Yes, of course.
Jalopy, indeed. Just for that, I'll make you drive it over to the golf course at Hanswick, where I intend to play you a stroker hole and skin you alive.
Well, Peter, what is it? What's happened?
Well, I'm not quite sure how to say.
Oh, if it's a private matter, I quite understood.
Well, it is a personal matter. It's about my father. We have a family problem.
Well, perhaps we can help.
I don't know how anybody can help. See, I've been aware of a slight atmosphere at home just lately. I had an idea something was wrong between Father and Rosie. Last night I heard this awful row coming from their room. It must have been about 3 o'clock in the morning. When I went along the passageway, I intended to go in. I heard them shouting at each other. Well, I shouldn't have listened, but I couldn't help it. Father was shouting and Rosie was crying. He was shouting about a girl. I gather Father's been having an affair with Penelope Finch.
This is old Jim Stockley, isn't he?
A tall girl who's always out hunting.
Everybody seems to know about Penelope Finch. Anyway, from what I could hear Rosie saying through the door, Father's been spending evenings with her in her cottage and taking her down to London with him on business journeys. They've been seen about the London clubs. Not by me, but by other people who live in these parts. Evidently, Father's affair with the Finch girl has been going on for some time. In fact, it's been the talk of the county. Rosie's only just found out.
Have you said anything about it to either of them?
This morning.
Yes. I saw for a moment just before I rang you up to put you off. I went to her room. She's been crying all morning. She said Father's humiliated her and made a laughing stock of Herefordshire, and she can't forgive him.
God.
Well, she's going to London first thing on Monday to see her solicitors. She's going to divorce him.
I'm sorry we were so long. I wanted to introduce Jack to Nanny. I've been telling him about that divine house your father and Rosie inhabit. I thought I might run him over for a drink tomorrow afternoon if they're not too busy, and then I can show him to them.
Show me to them? I'm not a prize pig.
Lunch is all ready, Miss Liz.
Shall we go in?